I'm coping with a little bit of a talk here about prioritizing. In order to prioritize children, you have to first acknowledge the struggles of the adult. Because you can't just help the child, because wherever the child stays is what the child will experience. The experience in their environment, the knowledge that that environment has is the knowledge that will be imparted to the child, and that would then develop that child to either have them stay within that environment or expand beyond that environment and learn to do better outside or be hindered by the environment itself. So it's either oneself is going to be because of or in spite of or usually a mix of both, right? So usually it's a mix of both of this happened, so I am this because, and I am this despite. So because it's a direct influence that you then relinquish control of because something that wasn't a choice that you had, and then the choice that you make thereafter is your despite of. So the choices you make to influence your decisions for the future. And for children, that is something that that is considered to the highest point, and that will structure the way they continue to think, whether or not they choose to expand their mind beyond their environment, or the environment will make them susceptible to being more contained and not wanting to understand more. But at every chance and every, as long as you're alive, as long as you have communicative functions, you are able to change the way you operate in life. So, and this is just a bare minimum truth. This is a common sense truth, something that we don't necessarily recognize as children, but it's something we are operating in the entire time. And if the environment around a child does not change, then the potential results will not change. Our influence about being around these children that we want to save, that influence is going to bring change to what can potentially happen, potentially happen in the future when they are no longer, or if they can choose no longer to be affected. So that is a little bit of exposure in itself. But whatever a child is exposed to most commonly will follow on average, right? So if you grow up in a place where you don't see much success or you see much poverty, then and you don't see people striving and thriving in your environment, then you are less likely to do so as yourself. And this is common knowledge. But just like you see people successful around you, you're more likely to be successful because there's more opportunity, more choice, and people that are successful that can teach you how to be successful. But if you don't have those things around you in that environment, then those are things you are not going to be able to learn until you have more choice as when you become more autonomous and as you get older, with age, right? Or experience. So depending on what your environment is like, will determine how much access you have to certain information, and how much access you have to being, how much exposure do you have to certain, ideas and other people and potential. Knowing what is out there, so you can strive for more, or knowing you can achieve more by understanding what is currently and expanding beyond that. Because once an idea is in your mind, it's up to you to strive towards it. And if you don't, that's all your fault, only your fault. Even if you need other people, you have to start with you, which is what I'm doing. I'm starting with me, and I'm hoping, and I know it's the most important that I get people to join with me, because without other people, this cause is null. But will you? I want help. I'm not a leader of anything. I'm just an initiate of my own. If you initiate by yourself, why not join together and we can do this together? It's not is not a thing for me of wanting credit. It's just wanting to do the most so everyone has the opportunity for being the best and doing the most they can for others. Without these unnatural struggles that we have. People are in situations because of other people, and that should not be. And those will be addressed later. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you all next time.